Okay, so I found it and I got in. Obviously, well, it was hard to get in, but I did it. Right now I'm in a movie room. Apparently, it says it recommends that we come watch the movie before entering or going to see the art. So that's what I'll be doing. Because plus I want to rest from. This is a far walk. Actually, it's far from a lot of stuff. So I'll be happy to go back to the city center once this is done, because then it's just short walks to places. But yeah, I'll film a little bit of in here, maybe at that screaming picture. I don't even know what it's called, but I'll film that. But mainly I'll be taking pictures in here, so you'll probably get turned back on once I'm in the city center. So I'll talk to you guys later, probably when I find the picture. So yeah, peace. So that was the scream, and the guy's name's not Munch, it's Monk. That's how you say it apparently. But yeah, I'm just about to leave the museum. That one's called Vampire, that one with the girl looking like she's biting the guy's neck. These are really cool ones. There's cool stories behind all of these. Like this one is called The Dance of Life, and so this one is of this girl supposed to represent some new love, that like an actual girl that likes this guy, Monk. And this girl is supposed to represent his love for art. And this one's supposed to represent that he used to love before, but it hurt him, so he no longer loves this girl because the old girl hurt him. So his new love is art, which is what this girl's supposed to represent, apparently. So yeah, he ended up like living alone by himself since he didn't really trust women, and he was like, he said death followed him everywhere because his mom died when he was 5, I think, or something like that, and his sister died when she was 13, so he was like paranoid by that stuff too. So pretty intense, pretty cool museum. It's not huge, so like if you come here, don't expect it to be a very big museum, but still a pretty interesting story. This one is of, that's him he got shot in the hand by one of his lovers, so I wonder why he didn't trust women. But, so that's pretty much that's the end part of the museum. Now, I wonder if that one, because like this seems so much more colorful than what that painting is. I wonder if that's like the actual one, or I don't know what. But yeah, it's still pretty cool. We're to have a picture and see the Munch Museum. Open Sesame. I always like walking through those doors because then I feel like I have Jedi powers. But yeah, so I'm done with the museum and I'll be heading back to the main square. And it's nice and it's sunny out now. Perfect. Good timing, Mike. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a walk to the city center, so when I get there, I'll turn you back on. Okay, so I'm trying to find the Opera House. I think that's it there, because I was told to go see it because apparently you get a good view. First of all, I'm getting vertigo because you have to cross this bridge, which is see-through, and there's cars passing under it, and it's not like it's closed, so I just feel, and it kind of bends a little, ever so softly under your feet as you walk, so it feels so sketchy walking over it. That lady was scary. But yeah, so it feels really weird walking over. And so, if anyone's been to Oslo, is this the Opera House right here? Someone yelled, yes it is, or no it isn't. Because if I walked all the way from that side around, up this bridge, and now I'm walking down. So if this isn't it, I totally messed up, and that stinks, because then I have to walk all the way back. So, turns out, this was the Opera House. I came here because, not to see an opera, but because people who are either from Norway or, not Norway, or Oslo, came, or told me that you can come on the roof here. So, like, that's a ramp. You can see people are kind of sitting on the ramp all the way up, and they're walking around. It's right by the water, so it's a really cool view. As that girl is trying to see. She did it. But yeah, so we're up on the roof right now. And you just kind of get a cool view of Oslo from here. And yeah, it's really warm too, like ridiculously sunny. So it's kind of cool just to hang out in the sun and relax. You know what's weird? Like, I know people have been here before, like to this area. So like it's weird to think that See this area right here? See that corner right there? If you ever come to the Opera House in Oslo, go stand where that guy's going right there. Go stand on that corner, and then you'll know I'll have stood there a few years whenever you go. If you go 5 years from now, you'll know that 5 years before I was standing in that exact corner overlooking this. And it's just weird to think like someone you knew from Canada was standing in that spot in Oslo, and then you would be standing in the same spot. It's just weird, because like I've seen pictures of my friends on Facebook, like in Copenhagen or in Ireland or something, where they're standing beside monuments or something that I stood beside at a different time during this year. And it's just weird to think that we've both been to that place, but just different times. I don't know, it's weird to think about. It's like, oh, my friend John Smith was there, standing right beside the Eiffel Tower in the same spot I was. It's just weird. But yeah, this Opera House, I think I'm gonna, when I turn off the camera, I'm gonna find out. There's some Anchor Castle or something. Some castle, and there's two things around here that I should see, so I'm gonna find those on the map, and then I'll walk towards those. But first I have to find them, so I'll pause, and then when I get there or close to there, I'll start filming again. So yeah, talk to you guys later. What way do I want to go? See, that just looks like... Should I walk that way? No, let's walk this way. Oh, there's a statue this way. That's the deciding factor. Yeah, I'll probably walk back that way. But yeah, right now, just walking through. So far, Oslo's pretty cool. It's not like Sweden, or not Sweden, specifically Stockholm, I mean, where the buildings have a lot of awesome architecture. It's not like that, really. But, it's kind of fun. It's not as nice as Stockholm, I would say. That might offend some of my Norwegian friends, but I wouldn't say it's as nice in terms of architecture as Stockholm, but it's actually pretty cool. Like, there's things to see at least. It's not like Helsinki. I don't have friends from Helsinki, so I don't care that I say that. So yeah, there's actually cool things to see here, so that's cool. You could probably do here in 1 or 2 days though, which is what I'm doing. So I wouldn't book a long trip to Oslo. Plus, it's really expensive. So if you book a week here, you might as well book a week in Mexico, because it'll probably cost you the same. Yeah, and an all-inclusive resort, I mean, not just visiting Mexico. Is that the castle or fortress? They should have better labels. I assume this is the fortress, I think, because it said fortress, and this is probably the castle or something. I'll find out. That's what I'm here for. You guys just listen, I do all the walking. And information finding. That's an interesting statue. Should I take a picture of it? Man, that's a video of it. Because really, what is that of? I like guessing what statues mean, actually. It's cool to try to guess what the statues mean, and if there's like a little label on it, you try to go find out what it actually means after. Like, I'm gonna try to keep this PG. I'm gonna put the bottle. There you go. Anyways, so there's a big woman there, and I'll cut her out, and there's a guy with no clothing on. So I assume the big woman means some kind of maternal, like it's Norway, and she's protecting Norway, and the man is there to serve her and protect her. I don't know, I'm making up BS. But essentially it's a big circle thing with a big woman and a smaller guy there. Who knows what it means? There's no block there, so I can't guess what it means. Or I can't check what it's for. But yeah, the people behind me looking at me. Were they? Were they looking at me? I don't think they were. But it's good to try to check sometimes. This should be cool. I think this is the castle, so I'll pause until I get there, and then I'll start filming. So, peace. And there's a guard. It's a nice rifle. But yeah, what? My camera battery's dying. That's a fail. Okay. So, I'm going to go up to the castle. So, I don't want to lose my camera battery because there's a few more things to see. So, I will save it until I get to like some good view from the castle, and then I'll turn it back on and talk to you then. I'll just take pictures for now. So yeah, au revoir, ciao, goodbye. Okay, so I found a good spot. So I'm just going to tell you kind of a brief story of what happened to my grandfather here in Norway. So my grandfather was in the German Navy in World War II, and so he was a part of a fleet flagship, which is the lead ship in a fleet. So they were having a surprise attack on Norway, and they were coming early in the morning, around 4 o'clock in the morning. And eventually the Norwegians saw that they were coming and started firing two 20-centimeter cannons at them. So it's about the size of this cannon, just a bit newer. It's not got wood on it, it was full steel. So it was pelleting the ship. There was about 2,000 people on the ship, 1,000 naval officers, and about 1,000 soldiers that were to be deployed in Norway. So this was a new ship, and it was going through. So this, the naval officers hadn't really been trained very well for the ship, so it was kind of hectic on board. And so they were sailing through the fjords in Oslo, and depending on what it is, unfortunately for the Germans, they didn't know that Norway actually had an underwater torpedo tunnels built in recently, and they could shoot any submarines or ships coming in to the fjords for Oslo from those. So, since this, my grandfather was on the lead ship, these torpedoes came out of nowhere and hit the ship, and it started to sink. And since they didn't know those tunnels were there, they thought there was a bunch of mines in the water, the ships behind them. So they all turned around and retreated because they weren't ready to go through the minefield. So this retreat stopped them from getting onto the beaches of Oslo when they had planned, which allowed for the Parliament, the royal family of Norway, and as well as the royal treasury to be evacuated from Oslo, which essentially led to the Allies being able to stop the Germans from coming in here and taking over. So eventually, the story is my grandfather's ship sank, and each of the sailors, since they were expected to know how to swim, needed to give up their life jackets to give them up to the soldiers who were on board who weren't as well trained at swimming and surviving in the water. So my grandfather gave up his life jacket and was lucky enough to escape the sinking ship and swim out. And eventually he landed on the beaches and he was taken as a prisoner of war. But it's kind of a crazy story. This ship, if you want to search, it's called the Blucher. I don't know how the German way. I try to get someone to teach me from Germany, and it's really hard. But it's Blucher, and just search for that with Oslo, and you'll see a picture, and that's my grandfather's ship. So it's pretty interesting. And to think that I didn't know that story until I got here, and it's just random that about 60 years later, his grandson comes to Norway, and I'm just kind of where he was 60 years ago. So it's pretty interesting. And it's a pretty cool story, so I'm glad I know it, and now you kind of know it too. Hopefully you could hear me from there. But yeah, it's really interesting. It's kind of interesting, the German fleet turned around because they thought there was mines in the water, but it really is those torpedoes, and they didn't have a lot of them. So the fleet could definitely have landed. It would have lost a few ships, but it definitely would have been able to take over Norway. And it's just like that kind of luck that helped the Allies win that battle, at least. But I wonder how many instances of that kind of stuff happened throughout the war. I'm sure there's tons and tons and tons that helped change the tide of the war just because of simple luck like that, which made the Germans retreat for a while and let Norway get away with their royal family and their royal jewels and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting, just the kind of stuff that kind of influences wars and kind of chances and luck that helps change battles. But yeah, it was an interesting thing to know, and that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to come to Oslo, just to kind of see the area where my grandfather was captured. And my other grandfather was on the Allies side, which was pretty intense. So yeah, I've got history on both sides of the war. And yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's my story for that. I'll probably just keep looking around the fortress. I think this is the coolest. It might be because of like my that kind of story. I like this a bit more, but in my opinion, this is one of the cooler things in Oslo, because it's a really big fortress actually / castle, and it's kind of cool to see. And they've got guards walking around and stuff. It's pretty cool. But yeah, thanks for listening. And I think I'm going to see the Parliament buildings and some stuff. Those might be just picture places to see, so it's not really recording. But if I find something cool, I'll record it. So yeah, talk to you guys later.